All right, here we go. Hopefully I won't get too many questions wrong, but there's always that possibility, as you guys well know. All right. So classify the conic. You guys should know it's an ellipse. All right, remember there's a squared here. The center is -1, -2. All right, so we plug in, here's 0, 0, -1, -2 is right here. The a squared is 100, so a is equal to 10. So you go 10 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so our vertices are what? 9, comma, -2. And then I think it's 11, comma, -2. -11, comma, -2. Are we in agreement with that? Are we good? And then our co-vertices are up and down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So our co-vertices are -1, comma, 2. And -1, comma, -6. Did we get that? Okay. And then we connect the dots here. And then our focus will be a squared minus b squared equals c squared. So c squared is equal to a squared minus b squared. And so 100 minus 16 is 84. So c is equal to the square root of 84, which is like 9.2. So you should put it like right here, right here. So I think the coordinates of that are what? The -10.2, comma, -2, and positive 8.2, comma, -2. Are we good there? Right? All right. So letter B, this is a hyperbola. The center is 2, comma, 0. All right. So 2 zeros right here. Vertices are the x-axis is the major axis because it's the positive one. For number 1, we know that the ellipse, the x-axis is the major axis because the number on the bottom is bigger, on the denominator is bigger. Whereas for the hyperbola, remember you're looking for the positive variable. All right, that's the major axis. Okay, and then what do we do from here? The 5, we go square root of 5 because a squared is equal to 25. So a is equal to 5. So you go 5 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and the vertices there are what? 7, comma, 0 and -3, comma, 0. Co-vertices are 3 up, 3 down. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You draw that box here. All right, so it is 2, comma, 3, 2, comma, -3. Everybody good there? And then a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. So it is 34 because 25 plus 9 is 34. C squared, so you got c is equal to square root of 34, which is about 5.8, correct? So I think 5.8 is like right past, let me put it in blue, right past the vertices right there. So it would be what? 7.8. 7.8 comma 0 and 3.8 comma 0, negative 3.8 comma 0, right? And that's those are your answers. And then make sure you graph the line going this way. And because the x is squared, you're going left and right. So far, so good with that, those two problems. All right. Number 2 is classify the conic. Right away, you should know that it's a parabola because only one of the variables are squared. So let's complete this. Y squared plus 4x, sorry, y squared plus 2y is equal to negative 4x plus 7. I tell you over and over again, I think you should move everything to the other side because it's easy to make a mistake if you don't. All right. It's up to you. You don't have to move everything to the side, but I've seen too many mistakes with that. So I would if I were you. Divide the 2, square it, complete the square, so it'll be add 1. I'm going to add 1 to this side here. So it would be what? Y plus 1 squared is equal to negative 4x plus 8. Are we good? So it'll be y plus 1 squared is equal to negative 4 and then x minus 2, right? So our center is 2 comma negative 1, or our vertex at least is 2 comma negative 1. 1, 2, negative 1 right here. Okay, and remember, I'm not looking for the exact parabola, I just want direction. All right, and so since the y is squared and the a is negative, we're going to the left here. All right, that'll save you a bunch of time. I was gonna focus on the focal chord endpoints, but it's just like, let's just get the direction. I think you guys know how to do the other stuff. All right. Now we have to find the focus, right? How do you find the focus? Remember the 4, the negative 4 is in front of the single squared term. So what happens if that's the case, it would be, first of all, yeah, a is equal to negative 4, right? And a is also equal to, it's either 1 over 4p or 4p, okay? If I guess the coefficient is in front of the single power term, it is 4p. If the 4 was on this side right here, it would be 1 over 4p. Okay, so just be mindful of that. You could have it on either side, but just know that if you know how x is to the first power here, if x is to the first power and this number is in front of that variable, then just put a is equal to 4p. If this 4 was over here, then you would have to make a equal to 1 over 4p. All right, so be mindful of that. So then p is equal to 1, correct? Because negative 4 is equal to 4p. You divide by 4, p is equal to negative 1 or 1. Doesn't really matter whether it's 1 or negative 1 because we know that the focus is on the inside. You're going up 1 inside, you're going out 1 outside. So the focus is negative 1, negative 1. The directrix is x is equal to 1, 2, 3. Are you good? Any questions on that? All right, here we go. All right, letter B. Here we go. This is a long problem. This is a 25x squared plus 50x, and then minus 16y minus 96y is equal to negative 281. Okay. Then we Factor out the 25, it'll be x squared plus 2x. Factor out the 16, y, this is y squared, y squared minus 6y. Or it should be plus, thank you. You made that mistake again. Equals negative 281. So we add the 1 here, right? And that's 25. We add the 9 here. And it's subtracting by 144. Right? Because negative, you have to multiply the minus 16 times the 9. So it'd be 25 y plus 1 squared minus 16 y plus 3 squared is equal to 400, negative 400, right? Say again? Oh, thank you. I was almost out of it. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, that makes a big difference because now we divide the negative 400, right? And what happens is the positive variable switches, right? Now the y is positive and the x is negative. So it becomes what? Y plus 3 squared over the 25 minus x plus 1 squared over 16 is equal to 1. Yeah.
How'd you get to y plus 3?
Factor this out right here. Right?
Oh, it's that.
Right, the complete the square and then yeah. Cool. The tricky part was, and I got duped, and Abril just schooled me on this one. You have to factor that when you factor out the negative 16, right? We always forget, and it's easy to forget. We're factoring out the negative of that too, so it turns positive, right? So our center now is negative 1, negative 3. 1, 2, 3. And then on the y, we're going up 5, down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the x, we're going over left and right 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a really good problem. 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then you should have these x's right here, or these asymptotes. It's pointing up, correct? Because it's pointing up because the y is the major axis. You have to get the focus, and the focus is c squared is equal to 25 plus 16, right? And so that's 41. C squared is equal to 41. Get the square root of 41. The square root of 41. 6.4. So it's about what? This is 5. So 1.4. 5, 6.4. So your focus will be, make sure you put all the coordinates down. So our center is -1, -3. Our vertex is -1, and then what? +2, and -1, 7. Co-vertices are what? -3 and -3. And that's what? 4, right? So it's 3, -3, and -5, -3. All right. And then our focus will be up 1 point. What was it? What was the focus again? It was radical 41. 41 was a decimal in that? 6.4. So add 1.4 to the y value. it'd be -1 and 3.4. And -1 and 1 second. 1, 3.4. It should be -7, right? So it would be the vertex is -1, -7, so it should be -8.4.
Wouldn't it be -8 up there?
So again,
Wouldn't it be -8?
for the vertex,
Yeah.
because yeah, you're right. -8 right here, sorry. And so that this would be 9.4 then. We good? Whew. It's a hyperbola. That's the definition of hyperbola. Because the y is the y square is the major axis. Remember, for hyperbolas, whichever variable is positive is the major axis. Okay, so you see how the y, you know how the y squared is positive and then the x squared is negative. All right, so since the y is squared and it's positive, that's the one that's where the hyperbolas will go. If the x was positive, then it would be going left and right from the vertices. Okay. Ooh, I think we're gonna run out of time, but let's do the best we can here. All right, so number 3 is the focus is, might want to draw this out a little bit. Be 2, -8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the directrix is 3. So our vertex is going to be what, 2.5, oops, comma -8, right? Yeah, right, because yeah, it's in between the focus and the directrix. So then we have y minus, and we know that it's going to be going to the left here, right? You guys get that? Because the directrix is outside, the focus is inside, so it should be going this way. All right, I'm gonna erase that parallel. It looks ugly, but okay. So y is equal to, or sorry, y is squared, so it'll be x minus h. A is right here, equals y minus k squared. And we know that the a is negative. So far we could go at -a, and x minus 2.5 equals y plus 8 squared. So that's what we have. We just need to find the a. Now, how do we find the a? Remember, the a is, or the p is the distance from the vertex to the focus, right? So the p is equal to 1/2, correct? Right? Okay, and then we have what? A is equal to 1/4p. I'm sorry, no, it's a is equal to 4p, right? So it'd be what, 2? Right, a is equal to 4 times 1 times 1/2. So a is equal to 2. So the final answer would be -2, and x minus 2.5 is equal to y plus 8 squared, or x minus 2.5 is equal to -1/2 y plus 8 squared. We good? Okay, here we go. Letter B, we have an ellipse with ellipse of 4, 0. So we have -4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the vertices are 5, so it'd be right here and right here. Okay, so we have the C. The C is equal to 4. We have the A, that's equal to 5. Our H and K is 0, 0, right? So all we have to do is just find the B. So the B is what on an ellipse is minus, right? So it'd be C squared is equal to A squared minus B squared. So it'd be what? 4 squared is equal to 5 squared minus b squared. B16 is equal to 25 minus b squared. Subtract 25. You get 9, negative 9. You get equals negative b squared, so b is equal to 3. All right. So our final answer, remember, you just have to find the equation. You don't need to graph it per se. But it'd be what? X squared over 25 plus y squared over 9 is equal to what? This is standard form right there. Yeah. It's an x minus h in parentheses over a squared. That's a standard form. Oh my gosh, my brain hurts. All right, here we go. We good? Following along? Everybody, life's good? All right. Let's go with this one here. Foci or foci, whatever it's called. It is negative 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 5. So the center is right here, right? It's in between. Sorry, I graphed the vertices right here, right? These are the vertices. So the center is what? H and K. So that is what? Negative 1, comma 5, correct? So far we have X. And we know that the X is the major axis because the vertices are along the X axis right here. So it'd be X plus 1 squared over A squared. We don't know what actually, what's the A? That's 3, right? The distance from the center to the vertex or vertices, is that the 2? So it'd be 4. Right? And then that's minus y minus 5 squared over, we have to find the b is equal to 1, right? How do we find the b? Well, we know that the p is 1, right? Correct? Or actually, so the p, not the p is 1. The p is 5. I get 9. So give me a second. Let me, sorry, I have to get the C. My bad. I'm like all mixed up with all the letters. Right? C is equal to 3, right? Because the distance from the center to the focus is 3. A is equal to 2 because the distance from the center to the vertices or vertex or one of the vertices is 2. So now we just plug it in here. So it would be what? 9 is equal to 4 plus b squared. So b squared is equal to 5. So you have to just write as 5. That's it. Okay. We will stop there and I will record the last one for the last period, okay?